This is a city that never sleeps. Not because it can't, but because it refuses to. Under the constant glow of neon lights, 1,000 untold stories flicker in the shadows. Secrets whispered by tire marks and tail lights fading into the distance. Here, every intersection is a crossroad of fate. And every red light might be the last thing you ever see. It was on these very streets that I lost my brother. Not to death alone, but to something deeper. A mystery wrapped in burnt rubber and chrome. He vanished into the night, leaving nothing behind. Except questions. My name is Kaito. I'm not a street racer. Not a mechanic with grease-stained hands. Not some rebel looking for fame on the expressway. I'm just a kid. A nobody from a quiet town where nights were silent. And cars were just machines, not legends. Now I live in a garage that echoes with silence. Beside a dusty old GTR that once belonged to him. And a past that refuses to stay parked. They used to call him the Phantom of Shuto. No one knew what he looked like. No one dared ask his real name. All they remembered was the gleam of a silver R34. Slipping through the Tokyo night like a ghost. When the red lights vanished and engines screamed. His was always the last silhouette. But the Phantom is gone now. And all that's left is me. And his car. Left behind like a message written in smoke. Find out the truth, Kaito. A challenge. A warning. A legacy I never asked for, but one I can't ignore. From the hairpin turns and rubber-burned air of Hakone's mountain passes. To the never-ending pulse of the Wangan. Where the speedometer is just a suggestion. I must learn everything. How to drive with precision. How to drift with purpose. How to survive in a world where metal and man blur into one. Because in the midnight world of Tokyo's underground, it's never just about the cars. It's about legacy. The legends built in silence and speed. It's about loyalty. To those who rode beside you, and those you lost. And it's about the shadows. The ones that follow you. And the ones you chase. And I won't stop. Not until I've raced through every lie. Every turn, every memory. Until I finally know the truth about what really happened. On that final, unforgiving night. Tokyo is most beautiful when everyone thinks it is asleep. But in the silence, are sounds that only those who have lost can hear. 10 days ago. I received the key. No messages. No communication. Just a box on my doorstep. Inside were the car keys, and a photo. 10 days ago. I received the key. No messages. No communication. Just a box on my doorstep. Inside were the car keys, and a photo. He once said, even if he disappeared, don't look for him. But leaving this car, said something else, get started.